with a disproportionate impact on civilians and civilian infrastructure. Equally, if not more distressing, is the fact that the momentum for peace generated through arduous and bold diplomatic initiatives and negotiations facilitated by the United States, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey, including the adoption of Security Council Resolution 2774 earlier this year and the limited ceasefire understandings, could not yield a lasting impact. The fragile foundation of hopes for peace laid down by the diplomatic efforts needs consolidation. Madam President, Pakistan is an ardent and resolute supporter of peace. We have always favored the path of diplomacy, dialogue, mediation, and engagement, and advocated for resolving disputes and differences through peaceful means. However, dialogue and diplomacy without a genuine commitment from all parties involved cannot deliver the desired results. As we have repeated on numerous occasions, the protection of civilians and civilian infrastructure is a fundamental obligation under international law and must be respected by all parties without exception. Military means will not resolve this conflict. The failure to seize the opportunities afforded by dialogue will only prolong the suffering of millions and exacerbate global instability. This serves no one's interest. Pakistan reiterates its firm belief that only meaningful dialogue and diplomacy can deliver sustainable peace. We welcome the direct talks between the Russian Federation and Ukraine, including agreements on prisoner exchanges, as steps in the right direction. However, these efforts are being overshadowed by the escalating violence, something that should be avoided at all costs. We remain hopeful that both parties would redouble their commitment to dialogue, build on the existing frameworks to achieve a durable ceasefire leading to a lasting solution. Madam President, Pakistan's position on the Ukraine conflict has remained clear and consistent. From the outset, we have advocated for 1. Immediate de-escalation to prevent further loss of life. 2. Meaningful negotiations addressing mutual security concerns within the framework of the UN Charter. And 3. Inclusive and constructive diplomacy involving key regional and international stakeholders to pave the way for a just and lasting peace. In closing, Madam President, peace is an imperative, a humanitarian necessity, and the only path to avert pushing the world towards the brink of catastrophe. Pakistan reiterates its firm support for a peaceful resolution of this conflict and stands ready to back all efforts towards a peaceful resolution anchored in the principles of the UN Charter, international law, the relevant multilateral agreements, and which addresses the legitimate national security interests of all sides. I thank you, Madam President.
I thank the representative of Pakistan for